What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Panda here, and today we're going to be doing another GVG video. I've been really enjoying doing this sort of like recap video and prep video because it's really fun for me to kind of experiment, and I think you guys are probably, getting something out of it at least. I've seen some people talk about how good the defenses are or whatever in comments. I've gotten some DMs, etc. And it seems like you guys are really enjoying it, so hopefully that is the case. Let's dive right into it. And welcome back, guys. Let's dive right in. So we're going to double check, guys. We are in a preparation phase. So make sure you guys, if you haven't already done so, go in, double check your lineups, see if you're going to make any changes to your defense like I'm going to be doing. Make sure all of your champions have the gear on them that are in your defenses in 23 hours and 18 minutes from the time I'm recording this. Of course, it will be later by the time it goes live, but make sure you guys are double checking that all of your champions have gear on them before that lock-in. So let's check quickly on the demon soldiers. I don't think anything crazy has happened in terms of our demon soldiers. I don't think I have anything to upgrade. We did pick up the necromancer recently, which is cool. And we also got the shadowcaster. I'm not sure how good they are at the moment, but always come in here and make sure you guys are upgrading anything you may have, right? Because maybe you happen to get that last shard of Maw and you want to use them in your next one. So make sure you double check those. But let's dive in real quick. We're going to take a look at the teams. So these are the teams I had before. This bottom team, I'm not going to touch, right? This bottom team has been performing wonderfully. The only thing I'm going to do is make sure that my Valkyra has gear on her, because the last couple times I keep forgetting. But I'm getting wins. This team didn't actually fall in my last Guild Wars. I did lose 20 HP on it, but I got, I think, 5 victories. And no losses on this team. So this team is going to stay the way it is. We're not going to touch it until something happens that really makes me feel like I need to change. It's not getting changed. However, this top team, Admiral Claw, is bad. I really thought he might make a difference, but realistically, he just doesn't. He's not as good as I expected him to be, which is unfortunate, but also sort of to a degree not super surprising. Because, he does do the pull, which I thought would be interesting, but he pulls them past the tank, at least in the lineup that I was using. Maybe there's a way where we can fit him in a little bit better in different slots, and that makes things a little bit better. But I'm not 100% sure how I want to play it, so I think I may try him again in the future. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to try Ajax. I've heard a lot of good things about Ajax. Don't worry, he will be max awakened before this is done, but I want to give him a try because like I said, I've heard some really good things about him, and I want to see how well he can perform. I am kind of curious what the best sort of setup is going to be for him. I think I'm going to keep it with the sort of nightmare team here and kind of just see how things work out. But I think he could potentially do some really good things for me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give him a try. This is kind of the reason why I want to give him a try, because he can actually hit in this slot here, right? While as my hat at the moment currently can't. She actually does not have the ability to hit here. And so that's kind of something that I've been keeping in mind. There is actually a play here, and I think I might actually give it a try. Because of how hats works, I think there is potential to actually do something like this and actually leave hats here, because even though she's not protected by Baron, I think one of two things will happen. Either A, they'll try to hit hats early, but she'll be invisible and be safe, right? Or B, they will wait until her invisibility falls off, which means that they'll waste all that time. So it's something I might end up trying. I think I might lock this in and kind of just see how this performs. But I think that Ajax has some potential to do really good things here, because we're going to go ahead and hop over to him. Where are you, Ajax? There you are. So the sort of like, he has some interesting stuff built into his kit, right? He does some pretty good AoE damage with burning. He does more AoE damage on his basic. He has slow, which I think is really, really helpful. And it's built into AoE damage as well. And he has the magic res reduction, which I think is very helpful because he's going to allow the burning from Wrath and the damage from himself to actually be kind of buffed in that sense, right? We are, of course, going to get the extra burning chance on the basic when we get him to promo 5, which I think is really good as well. And so I kind of want to give it a try and see how he works. There was part of me that thought maybe it would be a good idea to run him with, for example, I'll go ahead and pop it up here. Something like this, right? Where we use a ton of cultists, right? I thought, oh, maybe there's potential for cultists to do something here. And that may still be something that I do because I think it could potentially actually be better. We run something like this, right? Where we just get a ton of damage from things such as slows, etc. The only problem with this is that I'm not sure how I would set it up. You know, let's give it a try. Let's theory craft a little bit here. So we probably would have to set up in the front here because we need to be able to protect our heroes, right? So I'm thinking right off the rip that it makes the most sense to do something like this. And then like this, and then maybe we do it like this, and Ajax can still hit here, and then we do that to keep Baron alive, right? Oh, that makes sense. Maybe that's something we can do. We'll give this a try, actually, because I do want to see. I really like my Morrigan Vierna combo, and I think Ajax maybe potentially just makes it a little bit better, right? Yeah. Because of the way that his range is, he's able to still hit in this tile. So it might actually make sense to do this. One of the things that I wish we could really do is test our defenses. I think that would be really, really cool if we could come in here and like fight our own defenses just to see how things reacted. I think that would make it a lot better so we don't have to kind of test as we go. But I do think I want to give that a try. I think that actually makes a lot of sense on like how it could line up. Let's see, because where is she? There he is. Because with her Lord skill, right, we get a ton of damage to things that are stunned, freeze, frozen, immobilized, or other control effects. So the slow that Ajax brings will apply the 30% damage boost, and it increases all faction allies AoE damage by 25%. Well, because of how Ajax works as being an unnamed, he's universal, which means he will benefit from the cultist leader as well, which I think will actually be potentially really, really good. So I think we're going to give that a try. We'll see how it goes. I definitely know that my sort of freeze team is locked down. This team is, I don't think it gets much better than this. The only thing we can do is make sure we've got gear on everybody, right? Like right now we've got some gear here, but we need to make sure we up it a little bit. We've got a pretty solid set here on Broke here. Gwendolyn is looking relatively good, and of course our Boreas is just kind of stacked, in my opinion. So yeah, I want to get some more skill ups on my Valkyra for multiple things. This ultimate, though, is going to be so good when we can get it up. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is looking like a pretty solid setup. Let's give this top sign lineup a shot and see how things go, and kind of go from there. But guys, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know in the comment section down below how your current sort of setup is in terms of your guild wars, your GBG, as they say. And yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more from me in the future. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.